Okay, welcome to our Texas flashcard review. I hope you find these flashcards helpful and useful as you're studying for your real estate exams in the great state of Texas. Let's jump on in and let's get into these. TREC. The TREC stands for Texas Real Estate Commission, a regulatory agency responsible for overseeing and regulating real estate activities and licensing in the state of Texas. TREC composition. The TREC composition is made up of 9 members appointed by the governor. 6 members must be licensed brokers. 3 members are not real estate licensees and represent the public. Commissioners. Members of the Texas Real Estate Commission serve 6-year terms and are appointed by the governor of Texas. Chapter 1101. Chapter 1101 is a section of the Texas Occupations Code that administers the rules for real estate brokers and salespersons. It governs their licensing, conduct, and responsibilities in the state's real estate transactions and covers everything from qualifications and education to advertising standards and potential penalties for violations. Chapter 1102. Chapter 1102 is a section of the Texas Occupations Code that regulates residential service companies like home warranty providers, outlining their licensing, operational standards, and consumer safeguards in the state of Texas. ESAC. ESAC, the Educational Standards Advisory Committee, responsible for providing recommendations and guidance on educational requirements and standards for real estate licensing and continuing education in Texas. Real Estate Recovery Trust Account. The Real Estate Recovery Trust Account is a fund established to provide financial protection for consumers who have suffered financial harm due to the actions of licensed real estate professionals, such as fraud, misrepresentation, or conversion of funds. It is maintained by the TREC, and notice of the fund must be given to consumers. Real Estate Recovery Trust Account funding. Real Estate Recovery Trust Account funding. The Real Estate Recovery Trust is funded through fees that licensees are periodically required to pay into the fund. Form 1-1. Form 1-1 is also known as the Information About Brokerage Services Form. It includes a disclosure about the agency relationship as well as Real Estate Recovery Trust Account and consumer protections. TRELA. The TRELA stands for the Texas Real Estate License Act, a state law that governs and regulates the licensing, conduct, and activities of real estate professionals, including agents and brokers, also referred to as simply the Act. Business entity. Business entities are corporations, partnerships, limited liability companies, or LLCs, or similar structures that can hold real estate licenses and engage in real estate activities as an entity rather than an individual. Designated broker. A designated broker is a licensed broker who is registered by the TREC to oversee and be accountable for the activities of licensed agents within a real estate brokerage. Foreign broker. A foreign broker is a licensed broker from another state or jurisdiction who, under certain conditions, can engage in real estate transactions in the state of Texas. Apartment locator. Apartment locator, also referred to as a residential rental locator, is an individual other than a landlord or property owner who is tasked with locating a residential rental for a prospective tenant. Residential rental locators require an active real estate license in the state of Texas. Agent pre-licensing course. Agent pre-licensing course. In the state of Texas, 180 hours of real estate education, including courses related to real estate principles, practices, agency laws, contracts, and more. Broker pre-licensing course. The broker pre-licensing course in the state of Texas requires 270 hours of real estate education courses, a college bachelor's degree, or 900 total hours of real estate educational courses. Note that the broker candidates must have 4 years of active experience as a licensed real estate sales agent before being eligible for a broker's license. DTPA. The DTPA stands for the Deceptive Trade Practices Act, a Texas state law designed to protect consumers from unfair and deceptive business practices. TREC promulgated contract forms. The TREC promulgated contract forms are a set of standardized real estate contract forms created by the TREC. They outline the terms and conditions of the agreement between buyers and sellers, landlords and tenants, and other parties involved in real estate transactions. Equal Opportunity Statement. Equal opportunity statements are declarations that real estate professionals pledge to provide equal and non-discriminatory housing opportunities to all individuals in accordance with fair housing laws. It is often included in marketing materials to emphasize the commitment to fair housing practices. Initial renewal period. Sales agents are required to complete a 90-hour SAE, Sales Agent Apprentice course, plus 8 hours of Legal Update 1 and Legal Update 2 in education. Continuing education here in the state of Texas, brokers and sales agents other than agents renewing for their first time are required to complete 18 hours of continuing education every 2 years. FIDC principles. The key principles that guide the conduct and professionalism of real estate professionals in Texas: fidelity, integrity, competency, consumer disclosure, and non-discrimination. Fidelity means one of the FIDC principles, the duty of real estate agents and brokers to act in the best interests of their client. This includes loyalty, confidentiality, and putting the client's needs and interests before their own. Integrity means one of the FIDC principles, real estate licensees are expected to act with honesty and be straightforward and transparent in their communications and actions. Hey everybody, I hope you're finding this flashcard review helpful, and just wanted to really quickly let you know that if you're looking for printable versions of these flashcards, we offer them for sale really inexpensive, and I'll put the link in the description below. You're going to find them pretty helpful if you're a keen aesthetic learner. I like to have feel the pages of a book and feel the flashcards and look at them, so it's pretty helpful. It's also a great way to study with family, friends, and that kind of stuff. So link in the description below, and now back to our scheduled programming. Competency means that licensees must be knowledgeable in market conditions, marketing practices, laws, and more. They are expected to possess the knowledge, skills, and expertise required to effectively assist their clients. Consumer disclosure. One of the FIDC principles, licensees are obligated to provide accurate and complete information, including disclosing all relevant facts and material information that could impact a client's decision-making process. Non-discrimination is another one of the FIDC principles. Clients and customers are to be treated fairly and equally without biases based on protected characteristics such as race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status. Trust accounts are segregated accounts held by Texas real estate brokers to securely manage and hold client funds, ensuring that they are used only for designated transactions and in compliance with TREC regulations. Trust money is funds held by a broker in a separate trust account for specific transactions as regulated by the TREC to ensure proper handling and prevent commingling with personal funds. Funds may be earnest money deposits, security deposits, or rental payments. Trust records. Regarding trust records, a broker must maintain all trust account records, including deposits and withdrawals or disbursements, for a period of 4 years in the state of Texas. TFHA stands for the Texas Fair Housing Act, a state law that prohibits housing discrimination based on certain protected characteristics, including the federally protected classes plus ancestry. TREC disclosure forms. The TREC disclosure forms are various disclosure forms related to different aspects of real estate transactions that are designed to inform buyers, sellers, tenants, and landlords about important information, ensuring that they can make informed decisions. Branch office license. A branch office is a separate location of real estate brokerage that is not the main or principal office while operating under the umbrella of the main brokerage, but with its own distinct physical location. A branch office license is issued by the TREC and is required when a brokerage has multiple office locations. Intermediaries are brokers who assist both the buyer and the seller in a transaction without exclusively representing either side, with the goal of facilitating the transaction while maintaining neutrality and avoiding conflicts of interest. Requires written consent from all parties. This is similar, by the way, to a transactional broker or a facilitator, which is what they're called in other states. Disclosure of title advice. Disclosure of title advice is the obligation of a real estate licensee to advise the buyer in writing about the property's title status, as well as advise them to seek the counsel of an attorney to examine the title abstract and/or maintain a title insurance policy. Information about brokerage services, the form. The information about brokerage services is a document that explains the different types of agency relationships that can exist in a real estate transaction to help clients understand their options for representation. This form must be presented to a potential client at the first substantial communication regarding a specific property. The Coastal Property Disclosure Form. The Coastal Property Disclosure Form is a mandatory disclosure for residential real estate transactions for properties located in coastal areas of Texas. It is designed to provide buyers with important information about specific considerations, including floods and hurricanes, associated with owning a property in a coastal area. The HOA Disclosure. The HOA disclosure is a disclosure form that must be provided to prospective buyers of properties that are part of a homeowners association, which include the HOA's rules, regulations, fees, restrictions, ongoing or upcoming improvements to the projects, and more. Farm and Ranch Contract. Farm and ranch contracts are specialized contracts used in Texas in the purchase or sale of rural properties such as farms, ranches, and agricultural land. It addresses details such as acreage, water and mineral rights, livestock, equipment, and land use agreements that aren't typically encountered in residential real estate transactions. Community Property State. Community property states, a state or jurisdiction where assets and debts acquired during a marriage are generally considered joint property of both spouses, usually resulting in equal ownership upon divorce or death. Texas is a community property state. The Texas Homestead Law. The Texas Homestead Law is designed to safeguard a family's primary residence from certain creditors. It does not protect against the forced sale from all forms of debt, including unpaid taxes and mortgage loans. The Deceptive Trade Practices Act. The Deceptive Trade Practices Act is a consumer protection law that prohibits false, misleading, and deceptive practices in business transactions. Real estate agents and brokers are required to provide accurate and truthful information to clients and customers in the advertising and the exchange of real property. Rental Security Deposit. Rental security deposit. Landlords in Texas can require security deposits but must provide an itemized list of any deductions within 30 days after the tenant vacates the property. The deposit minus deductions must be returned to the tenant within 30 days of the move-out date. Suit for possession. A suit for possession is also called a forcible detainer suit, is a legal action filed by a landlord to regain possession of a rental property from a tenant who is in violation of the lease agreement, often in the form of unpaid rent, or has failed to vacate the property after receiving proper notice. Maintenance and habitability. Maintenance and habitability means the legal responsibilities of landlords in Texas to ensure that rental properties are properly maintained and provide safe and habitable living conditions for tenants. Sponsor. Sponsors are licensed real estate brokers who take the responsibility for supervising and overseeing the activities of a licensed real estate salesperson. In Texas, a real estate agent is required to have a sponsor in order to actively engage in real estate activities. Texas Property Code. Texas Property Code is a law that outlines the rights, responsibilities, and regulations related to various aspects of property ownership, use, leasing, and transactions within the state of Texas. The Texas Statute of Frauds. The Texas Statute of Frauds is a legal principle that requires certain types of contracts to be in writing in order to be enforceable. This statute mandates that contracts for the sale, the lease, or transfer of real property must be in writing to be legally binding. Seller's Property Condition Disclosure Notice. Seller's Property Condition Disclosure Notice, commonly known as the seller's disclosure. It is completed by the seller and is designed to disclose any known material defects or issues to help buyers make informed decisions about purchasing the property. This form is mandatory in Texas. There are a few specific exemptions. Referral fees. Referral fees. In Texas, compensation for referrals must be disclosed to all parties involved in the transaction. The TREC provides guidelines for referral fees, ensuring that they are reasonably disclosed and only exchanged between licensed real estate professionals. Hey everybody, thank you very much for checking out our flashcard review. I hope you found it helpful. If you take the examination and you found that it helped you pass, let us know in the comments. That would be super awesome. We love listening to that. One of the big things that we love to do is we like to dedicate ourselves to our students and listen to the comments and feedback. Don't forget, we also offer these flashcards that are printable for sale. The link in the description below. And if you like the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We also have tons of questions and all kinds of stuff that are available on our YouTube channel for preparation for examinations in real estate. Good luck with your studies and good luck on your exams. And thanks for checking us out. I look forward to having you in a session coming up.